This is my submission for the Watcher's coach role. I'm reviewing the D.va gameplay. It's in Diamond, so let's get started. So I guess as for the team comp, for Junkertown at least, attack, it's okay. It works. You got triple tank, that works. So it's back in October. So let me go back to the comp. It's back in October, so I think this is the instant Mercy res on the single ability. I think this is the current D.va that's on live, I'm pretty sure. Um, yeah, the team comp, it's okay. Widow's quite good here. You have Pharah Mercy, which is good. You're running triple tank with solo heal Mercy. Um, that's tough to run for sure, especially because you don't have Roadhog or self-healing tanks. Um, I'd get another healer. I'd have one of the tanks go like a Zenyatta or something, because Zen Mercy is still good and was especially strong back in this patch. So I'd recommend that. Zarya is not the greatest pick here, in my opinion, but she works. I don't typically see much Zarya. I don't pick Zarya at all in Junkertown. If anything, you run a pirate ship, which is like Orisa, Roadhog, um, Widowmaker, Bastion, or Junkrat, Zen Mercy, or a comp that I like to run sometimes on a Junkertown attack. It's kind of like a crossfire comp. You have a Hanzo and a Widowmaker. The Widowmaker would control the left side or right side, or the Hanzo would control, and the Hanzo would control the other side the Widowmaker's controlling. So it's kind of like, especially at the end, like there's a lot of crossfire. And there's also a Bastion and the Mercy on the payload with the Orisa and the Roadhog. So there's a lot of threats that are on the battlefield there. And the Mercy would typically save her res for the Bastion in case he died, just as a backup, or in case things go south. So that's a good comp as well to run. But I mean, there's definitely probably a Widowmaker or some form of hit scan on the enemy team, so I'd be careful in the Pharah pick for the other side of your team. But let's focus on you though in particular, youthful. D.va's pretty much good anywhere, I'd
Hey
say,
Widow, you
or
pre-con
most
for the
places.
Junkertown Ferris?
Uh, so yeah, I mean I like D.va a lot for sure. Uh, some you gonna talk or all right? You have awful low FPS, just like 30. If you can, like lower your settings or your render scale, just do that. I assume you all know you knew that already, but it helps a lot. Um, so let's get into it. Doors open. Um, did you matrix those rockets? Wait, you didn't even matrix those rockets. You're kind of just pointing it like towards the cart that way. So like diagonal. So that didn't really help at all. You just wasted like almost half your matrix. And if anything, like I personally would not like I'd matrix like just one or two rockets, like min max your defense matrix. Just tap it for the fire rockets. Don't hold it down. Just min max it because it only has 2 seconds of defense matrix time. So be careful of that. And if you're gonna matrix rockets, make sure you land them because matrix is, even though D.va has less of it, it's still very very important. Also, another thing, watch out for a Junkrat trap, because typically Junkrats put a trap on there in case you have a Bastion set up. Oh, that's a nice pick. Um, I'd wait a bit for your team to get closer before going for any dive. If there's, I think that's a Genji up there. You could try to bully him a bit, because D.va's a bully. That's what she is. She's a bully. She can burst down, like a Zenyatta. Even if she has a Winston, like even better. But on her own, she can still do it. You just got to be careful because you want to dive in and just end up feeding 600 health to the enemy team, And I just wait a little bit before attacking that Orisa or going for the Mercy or the Pharah.
Dead.
There, just shoot the shield. That's fine. Go for
Mercy
that.
low.
Be careful. Yeah, don't. It's a lot of Matrix. You want to have. Uh, what kind of How much Matrix did you use there? Yeah, you messed up there.
Widow dead. Mercy low.
The Pharah wasn't even shooting you, and you wasted like a lot of your Matrix. And you could have saved it for like that, if anything, but you just like duck under to the right side there, to the right of you. Kind of just hide there until your boosters and your cooldowns are back up. So then you can go for the Orisa or whatnot, or the Genji to the right. Because it's hard to die without all your abilities, as any hero really, or to engage.
Fair low. Super one. Fair one.
Alright, so their comp is like Orisa, Genji, Widow, Pharah, Mercy, and Ana. Um, a big when they have what I like to do when they have an Ana on the enemy team, because I know, because I have a friend who plays a lot of Ana. She hates it when she has her bullets eaten by like an enemy barrier, like an Orisa shield, a Reinhardt, or Winston bubble, or a D.Va matrix. So if you kind of focus down the Ana at the right time, when she's like preoccupied and like the enemy team's like coming towards you and the on is just kind of in the back, you can just kind of go for a flank or just go dive her, because then that's like she has a lot of healing, and if you negate her from the fight, you don't even have to kill her. You just like block her completely, body block her, matrix her, and just fight her and eat her sleep dart and whatnot or nade. That she's completely useless, and you can typically kill her then. Uh, kind of poking. I
Okay.
take I You're kind of just standing here. I'd go up top there, personally, to the right. Just kind of poke up from there, because you're less of a target in the main choke, and you're also in front of your Reinhardt. Never, like, pretty much never really, as D.Va or an off tank, which is Zarya, Roadhog, or D.Va, pretty much never go in front of your main tank, which is a Reinhardt, Orisa, or Winston. So,
Fair ahead.
because they have an actual shield, you have Matrix, doesn't count as a barrier. Go for that Orisa. Go for it. Nice. Just fortify. Be
Genji high.
careful. Also, a big part of playing a tank is communication. That helps a lot. Like DPS get kills, like your thing in that. Like tanks can get kills for sure. Yeah, I have proof. Um, yeah, communication's very important. Like just calling targets and enemy cooldowns. Like just say whatever you see. Like on a no nade. Far no jump jets, no concussion. Ryan back up a bit. Running low on Matrix here, so communication's big. You kind of missed a lot of the Mercy there. You kind of booped her. And if like, I'm sure you know the combo. I sometimes don't even do this exactly, but I try to. Is you shoot your missiles first, which kind of has like a wind up time, like Maze right click. You shoot your missiles, and then you press your boosters, or you use your boosters, fly into the enemy target, and you hit them with the rockets, and while you're flying at them, hold down left click or primary fire to shoot, and then you melee into them. And another like I don't know if it's an animation cancel necessarily or what you call it. Um, is if you melee early on enough in your boosters, um, you don't actually cancel your boosters. Like you keep going after meleeing. So what you can do to put in extra damage is like if you boost melee and then you keep flying. If you melee early on enough in the boosters animation, then you can melee again. So the boosters do 25, I think, or 50. I'm not sure. And the melee does 30. So that's like almost 100 damage straight up. That's like 85, I think, if the boosters do 25, which I'm pretty sure they do, so keep that in mind. Go for that on, like, maybe the Pharah if she's low enough, but that Ana, like, it's a perfect example of you could just get her out of the fight, and, I mean, you already won the fight, it
Genji.
seems, but just go for her. Your tracking does seem a little iffy, but I'm not going to tell you, oh, go to the practice range. Stuff like that just comes with time, like, in my opinion, and a lot of people's, like, don't waste your time on aim drills and whatnot, like, do that later on, like, just like stuff like aim like getting good at aiming and whatnot comes with time. So and just find a perfect like DPI and sensitivity for you. So I'm not like there's no point in me telling you mine because everyone has different preferences and whatnot. It depends on the mouse, the sensor, the mouse pad size, and how you aim with whether it's with a wrist or an arm.
McCree
You're tracking like you're kind of off from the target a lot, I'd say.
dead.
You don't have to go in the cart. If anything, like ask my mercy or my healers, like, yo, stay on the cart, and then I'd go up and try to take positions from the enemy team. Cause think about it like this: I don't have a drawing tool, but right now, but say there's a line in the middle of a piece of paper or the screen, right? I don't know if you can see my mouse cursor, but just in case. There's a line, right? On the left side is you, and on the right side is you. Think of it like turf wars, like you want to get the most amount of, or like Splatoon, but it's not like it's like Splatoon, but like in half. Like you slowly take over, not like you can't go from behind or whatnot. As tanks, you're in the front and you want to be able to take more space from them. So by you going up in that little window to the left, you deny them that space there. So it's harder for them to retake the first point. And regardless, I wouldn't recommend taking first point on defense, taking it back because it's really hard to its hold. It's like a 2 CP first point, like Hanamura first point is really hard to take back because you're just kind of filtering in there and it's easy to get stagger kills because someone jumps out first and then you kill them and it pushes kind of over from there, and you're getting a lot of kills. Your team is up in the top right in the kill feed, so I doubt they'll go for it. But still, if you can see like that Ana, I think there's an Ana there in the middle of the screen by the crate because your Widow is infra sight up. Try to go for her. Go for like an easy pick off to keep the stagger going because that's huge and delaying a push. That's a Genji up there. See, you could go help your Pharah. Like
She was emoting. She was emoting.
always be doing something. Don't just stand on the cart. Like you don't need to have three on the cart. Of course it helps, but as long as you're pushing the cart, like I'd be rather pushing the cart with one or two on it, and I'd rather be pushing the cart with one or two people on it, and then be getting like stagger kills. Say like, yo, Far again, Widowmaker, come up here and I'll protect you. And you get some more stagger kills. Like your Zarya got another kill on that Ana because they're just staggering or filtering in, which is going into your advantage quite big. So just go up, just get stagger kills. Go for that Genji. Go, go, go. You're a little slow on it. Go for there. Perfect. Go for Mercy. Mercy. Back up a bit. Yeah, not bad. I'd Matrix. What did you use your Matrix on earlier? I didn't notice. Okay, so it's full here.
She was emoting. She was emoting.
You're a little slow to realize the Genji was there. So wait, did you?
She was emoting. She was emoting.
You you wasted over half your Matrix on nothing. Like it's so important to have Matrix to save a teammate from a Roadhog hook or whatnot, if anything. Or to have, if you had a Winston in this case, to Matrix your Winston when he doesn't have his bubble on. Like when you're diving a target, you gotta think. You don't place down the Winston bubble immediately if this were Winston. You gotta think, do I need to use this right now? Is this a target I need to use it on? Because if the enemy team has an Ana and you're fighting a Genji, place that bubble down because the Ana can't heal through bubbles, and if she does have to, she'll have to go in towards you where the Genji is inside the bubble, and that favors heavily into your advantage because she's probably gonna panic and use her nade in her sleep, and then you could just dive. Your team can just kill her after she's used all her abilities because an Ana with no abilities is pretty much useless. So you block nothing. Like you're using Matrix on nothing. You kind of the Genji was right there. Oh, he died,
Is he
but
dead?
still. See, if you had your Matrix there, you could have gone up and saved your Pharah, or kind of boosted, canceled it, and then saved your Pharah there. I don't know if she dies yet. Yeah, she does. So you probably could have saved her there, but and not have to use res. I'm pretty sure this is the Valkyrie like that has like you get an extra res and a refresh on res and whatnot. Ooh,
Fuck.
that's bad because you see the Pharah right here in this frame. You can see the Pharah, the Mercy Beam connected to her from over there, the Orisa, and the McCree. The Pharah can pump so much damage into you with damage boost, and she's being pocketed. The Orisa probably has fortified because at the start of a fight, they typically have all their cooldowns and whatnot up. And the McCree probably has flashbang, so what he can do is flash you if you don't eat it, because the key to beating McCree is you have to eat his flashbang. If you do that, he's dead. He's no chance of winning. If in case he has pocket heals like to the next moon and back. So, and there's a shield up there. So if you had a Winston, maybe do it and have like a Genji or a Tracer or a Pharah. Ask your Pharah to fly up with you. But even then, I'd wait for, or say like, "Yo, guys, ready to dive?" And then just wait a couple seconds for a response or a no, just in case. And your Zarya just got picked here, so you can't have like it's hard to play like a dive style of D.Va when your two tanks are a Zarya and a Reinhardt, which are kind of doing their own thing on the cart since they have no vertical mobility, which you do, and they don't. I mean, Zarya has her right click, but still, that's not counted as vertical mobility exactly. So you got to be careful, and like the only other person who can dive with you is the Farm Mercy. So you gotta wait for them if anything. And your Zarya got picked off, and she probably was close to Grav as well. So this was
Fuck.
very risky to do. I don't. I miss. You're getting demeched. That was very lucky. They didn't
Alright,
follow
man.
up enough. Yeah, you're playing aggressive, which is good, but a little risky. I would have follow up. Yeah, you're getting demeched here because there's an Ana, McCree, Orisa right there, and I know why you ulted. I do this. It's to get your mech back. It's to recycle. Um, right now the it's like not even a fight. I'd say it's just kind of back and forth picking off. So, and if anything, like the fight, like even if the fight isn't started, there's an Orisa barrier there, and she can just do that, and they can just hide under the stairs or go under there or under the bridge or whatnot. They have many places to hide here. I'd say you didn't have to ult here, and your team could have either you die and the fight's over and they use ultimates, or yeah, you didn't have to ult there and say that was lucky.
Oh, Mercy dead.
Ooh, nice shit.
I was lucky, I'd say.
I might just
She
stay
didn't
with
get
it.
out.
I mean, if you fit him,
If anything, I would have put the bomb more down the stairs back there, so you could get more of the squishies there.
Widow right here.
You need full health there. Go!
Widow dead.
Nice. Like, when I hear it's, like, I'm, like, on that. I'm like, where is that? I go to that immediately. Like, straight away, I turn. Your reaction time is a little bit slow there, but it comes with practice. Uh, so right here, you had no matrix. I'm gonna figure out what you
Oh,
used it
Mercy
on.
dead.
You use half of it on nothing. You legit use half your matrix on nothing.
I might just stay Widow.
Like, it makes me to believe that whenever you boost, you have like a keybind. So whenever you boost, it matrixes.
I mean, if you fit him fixed, why not? Widow right here.
And you didn't even need to use that there. You could have just tapped it like instantly. Bang. You want to go on it.
Widow dead.
Like if you had more matrix there, you could have 100% saved your Zarya.
McCree half.
I'd wait. Don't wait. Just wait till his nano boost's over. Just kill him. Go for him. Back up a bit. Yeah, you're stuck. You're not moving. That's just map awareness. Comes with time. Good pick. There's someone up top left. You gotta look around everywhere. There's so much information on your screen always. Like you gotta see. Okay, there's a Pharah up there. Go for that. Kill her. She's did she die? No, your enemy. She got a kill. So go for that Widow. Back off. Back. You can't. You just fed your Matrix to her and you got nothing done. Like if there's a Mercy there pocketing, there's nothing you can do. You're just feeding. You fed so much to that Pharah could have barrage.
Oh my
That was lucky. So you got to think like you want to save your matrix because I see you wasting like quite a lot. You want to save it to save a teammate. Okay, does the Roadhog have their hookup? Is there a barrage I can block? Is there McCree High Noon coming up? Like, gotta like track enemy ultimate so you can use your matrix most effectively. There's a widow behind you. There's a. You gotta listen, dude. Up your sounds if you have to. Get some good headphones. You're kind of slightly kind of swapping from targets like on and off there. I just gone for the Mercy. Like you go for the Widow, you just fire your rockets at nothing really. You go for the Pharah, then the Mercy, then the Pharah. I mean, right then, like just then, you saw the Pharah was low, so you went for her and killed her. That was good. But just stick on the Mercy really always. Go for her, go for her. You could have killed her a lot earlier if your tracking was a bit better. See, you could have killed her, and you don't have to take as much damage here. Yeah, if you killed the Mercy earlier, you could have gotten out, but there's no magic pill to fix your tracking, unfortunately. Got the bongo, that's good. Yeah, you gotta think, like, I didn't even notice this myself sometimes. I'm not perfect, everyone's human. Like, back here. Look in the kill feed. Did their Widow die? Yeah, your tracking's not the greatest. Your Rhine died. You saw the Widow bullet. You even saw the Widow bullet. Sniper, be wary. I saw one there as well. There, right above you. I know you're focusing on the front line, but your job as D.Va is to go behind as well and peel. You lose this fight. You can already tell. You could have maybe saved that, or helped your team get it, or made your odds better at least, but you can't predict the future, so. Alright, your Tracer goes Zarya, so. Gold objective, time, the kills. Haha, by the way. Did you ult? Yeah, you ulted there because you thought the fight would keep going. Your Mercy died. Your only support died. I mean, partially, kind of, you have to pay attention, and your Mercy should have called that out once she died. But if a teammate doesn't do that, you have to pay attention to it. I mean, your Rhine died there, then the fight's over completely. I wouldn't, unless they're using ults. Yeah, so you didn't have to ult there. You could have just realized and the fight's over and Mercy's gone. Your Zarya goes Tracer. That's okay. I'd have your Ryan go like Orisa or Winston, but Ryan works. What'd you say? You being toxic?
Still doing work, go ahead. I mean, if you're still doing work, go ahead. I really would rather you do work on golf meta hero than not do work.
You don't have to say that. Just ignore comments like that. You don't have to respond. You're feeding what they want. Attention. Your Tracer's gone. Back up. Your Mercy. I forget that it's instant. That was risky off the Mercy because McCree could have flashbanged or something. That was good going to her. Alright, so they have no shield tank. There's nothing to stop you, really. As long as you're getting healed, say, yo, Mercy, stay on me for a bit. And then you can go back into the back line or say, yo, team, push up, Ryan, push up. Because then what that does is since they have no shield tank, or I don't think I have another tank entirely because the Orisa's dead to your Tracer, you could just push up and say, Ryan, yo, push up, be aggressive. And they can't take back space because they have no main tank to. So right here, you can take advantage. Yeah, your Pharah did. She knows. You could have saved her maybe. If you went up a bit, you're playing too passive here. You're just kind of watching her. It's like just watching her there. 3 hit scan on the enemy team.
Tracer behind on side.
Look, your reaction time is really slow. You're kind of just a sitting duck. Yeah, your sense is too low. That's what I'm gathering. I'd say up it. I have mine up. You gotta find a balance between, you know, good, like, finding a sensitivity that's good for aiming and so you can turn around quickly. Hide behind the payload.
Mercy low, mercy low.
You're out of mech. You can't just run into the Orisa. You gotta play safe. You're a baby D.Va. You're the most fragile hero in the game. There's a McCree right there. Yeah, this fight's over. If anything, like, it's worse you getting demeched than you dying. I'd say personally, because you're just sitting there, really, but it's kind of useless. Like, you pretty much should, like, there's no point of being alive if you're a baby
Holy
D.Va.
shit.
Really? I don't know. I don't know about that. I would just say
I need
take it
some
back, I
heals.
guess. Take it back.
There's a mega.
But yeah, baby D.Va's useless. Fight's over again. Your DPS, typical. Your DPS are getting picked off.
She's down.
Fight's over. Just kind of, you stand still here. You have to get used to it as D.Va. He's saying you just gotta stand still.
What do you think we need to change up to get this started?
Yeah, you gotta discuss a plan here.
I'm gonna.
You have 3 tank again with 1 healer. This is iffy because you have no Roadhog who can self heal and take care of himself.
Soldier dead.
That's a good pick. Yeah, you need to up your sensitivity. Oh my god, that's huge. You didn't have to bomb that, but still, that's huge. Yeah, they were all knocked in like half HP. You didn't have to bomb there. You could have saved it. Like, you just at the end like this, just stagger your ultimates because they get respawn. Yeah, still. So, I'm gonna stagger your ultimate. So if they respawn, now you have nothing. You just use like 4 ultimates right then, but you still got it, I can assume. But I mean, it's Overwatch, so anything can happen. Should have matrixed a bit more than there. Fighting the McCree. Go up, push up, be aggressive. Your Mercy's on you. You're hitting yourself with the missiles. Don't do that. That was okay. It was messy, for sure. I'd say that was quite messy. But you did it. Good on you. Good on you. Alright, let's skip. A bit better. You got the soldier who can self-heal, the Torbjorn. It's Torb. So... I don't think it changed, the comp. Eh. Yeah. Your stats are okay. It's more or less you staving your team, I guess. Stats don't mean shit, really.
They have Genji, Ryan, D.Va,
They
Arisa.
mean something, but not entirely. So communication's not a stat, nor is how many times you saved your teammates.
Right now.
You wasted. Oh. Okay.
They have Genji, Ryan, D.Va.
What? You don't have to stand out in the moat. You're like, hit me. You're out. You have your arms open like a T-pose. Hit me. You can peek around that wall there. The wooden. The wooden structure to the right of you. You can peek around that. You don't have to be in the middle, so you know they have a bastion.
Arisa.
You're wasting your matrix on nothing.
I can get their Mercy right now.
You know they're. I see what you're doing, but your Ryan's fine. He has a lot of health. Your Ryan should back up. You guys should kind of hide. If anything, I go try to find your. No, you have no matrix, so I'd hide and say, all right, guys. Well, it sucks here. Your Mercy's with you. She can heal you. That's a beautiful pick on your Tracer. by your Tracer on the Mercy. Um, since you use no Matrix, or all your Matrix, that sucks, because what you want to do against a Bastion setup, you want to say, all right, guys, we're about to go in, and you just hold down your Matrix button so hard. Do not let go of it until it's completely gone, and then that lets your Reinhardt go in and just smash his hammer, and your team's just focus them. I don't know if you have Torbjorn, you have the Soldier. The Bash is not living, and the Mercy's dead as well, so there's not much you can do. You're kind of just poking here. Like, you gotta coordinate against a Bastion setup. You're not coordinate. You gotta coordinate. You gotta use your mic more. Your
Oh, of course you got res.
That's terrible off your Mercy. They have a Tor Bash. Oh, that's annoying.
I got back in mech. I'm just gonna wait for you guys.
You don't have to go Orisa,
Okay.
but you double shield works, or it's like you go double shield or like a Rhino Orisa. You're feeding. You're feeding. You wasted all your Matrix. I don't know why. Don't retake this. Don't. You can't. Oh my. What are you doing? It's not that's huge, but that you don't win. You got core out of him. That's it. You just your feed. He used his ult, the Bastion. That was complete feeding.
Jesus Christ, let's play the game, baby.
You just fed so much ult charge to them. Alright, so you go Orisa. I'm familiar with Orisa. I like her a lot. Cool skin, cool skin. Alright. Yeah, so you gotta be careful. The big thing against a Bastion setup is use the walls. Bastion can break through barriers, but he can't break through walls. Nothing can. Here at 27, want to change that or? Alright. You could shield. Yeah, I'd use like where your Reinhardt is. That's a good place. Your Ryan knows what he's doing. It's good to have high ground above them. This is actually not bad. Your Reinhardt, that was so risky. Yeah, your Ryan's dead. I always say it. Reinhardt from the cinematic. The big thing that Orisa has over Reinhardt is that, well, it's a good thing and a bad thing that she has her shield that's stationary. You kind of just stayed there oblivious to the fact there was a bomb. You could have lived to that. I don't know if your Bastion died. I think, maybe. I'm not sure. I don't think he did. No, he's alive. Yeah. You could have lived that if you went in front of the shield. You're kind of just oblivious to the fact there's a bomb there. You have res, but... Alright, you're just... Yeah, you're kind of bombarded. Your team's not having any voice comms during the fight. You're just kind of bombarded there.
It's not stoppable.
You need to communicate. Listen. Sorry if it's too loud.
Is this not stoppable?
We just have to. We just have to do it. I don't really know what to do.
I can contest, guys.
You don't really know what to do? Well, that's you problem.
You guys can do contest?
You gotta know what to do with the... I think Junkertown just came out, so I'll give you that this time. In competitive, I'll give you that, but...
I mean, are we not doing
Junkrat,
enough
he's
damage?
right,
I mean,
he's right.
Shooting the barrier and Bastion shooting the barrier. I think it would just blow right through it.
Don't go for the... You can go for the barrier, sure, but you could just dive the Bastion. But your setup is not really meant for diving Bastion. It's more or less, you break the shield first. That was feeding. You could not contest that.
Alright, I'll
You were
stop the
way
Bastion
too
then.
far up. They're gonna go for the stagger kills. Yeah, your team's just staggering.
We
Like,
need another
this is
Why
bad.
don't we have the Tracer go Junkrat, that way we're all shooting the barrier.
That's true.
Just
That's
one
true.
blast right
If
through
you
it.
have more shield break, whoever breaks the shield first. Torbjorn's turret doesn't do much against shields. I don't think it targets it even. I'm not sure though.
Like it's fucking.
I think it does,
Deathball
but
versus Deathball.
yeah, Orisa's feeding. Oh my,
So Tracer just
bro.
fit into this.
I see what she was doing. That's a good counter bongo. But the Bastion's just focusing your shield. you're just kind of oblivious to a lot of things, like the fact that the Reinhardt's
Oh,
right there, the D.va bomb back on second point was there. Your awareness isn't the greatest, but going D.va to stall, that's good, but not much you can do there. Alright. Gotta keep going. So, Bastion, Widow, Mercy. I'd pick up a Zen here to help with the focus fire on the Bastion they have, probably on defense, I'd say. My boy Eric.
They were so organized. Like they had the Ryan helping the Torp turret, and then the Orisa helping the Bastion. Like it was just they were much more coordinated.
So then you
let's
fixed
try
it.
like a hyper damage, like I was saying. Like instead of Widow, like go Pharah or Junkrat, and we'll just out damage them.
They're probably behind a shield, double shield, I'd say. So I wouldn't
Okay,
go
I'm just
Widow.
gonna start a peek and then poke, and if I can get a pick, if I'm not, I'm gonna
I
go
don't
Junkrat.
rely on picks when there's
Alright,
1 minute.
Because the thing is, like, they're just out damaging us. It's the
So
Bastion beats the
you
Bastion,
should have a
so whoever
Junkrat for
kills
sure.
the barrier first
Your
wins.
soldiers fight.
Yo, stay Bastion and Soldier. You might have to go Orisa.
Orisa? Okay. Actually, we'll try that out.
You need another healer, I think. The Zenyatta's just Zenyatta. Oh, you wasted your missiles and your matrix on a tracer who wasn't shooting at. You gotta think. Yeah, you're not able to turn around. The tracer's just in the back line. Just pester. Let her. I could tell there you swiped like twice. Like if anything, I just swiped once and I'm already right there on tracer. Yeah, the tracer's just farming pulse bomb off your. That was good.
On a low.
Oh, yeah. You gotta think if there's a trap there. I mean,
Going Junkrat now.
you're kind of just standing out in the middle of that lane right there. You gotta back up. You gotta keep with the stomp you have. You're very slow to react and whatnot. Did you eat the
Can we
pulse? I don't know. Nice. Keep going, keep going. There you go, there you go. Yeah, see if you can get any picks. Just peek, just see. Just get information. Say, they're set up on high ground. Like, you're not using your communication in the fight enough. That's, like, the biggest strength of a tank. It's to use your communication. Go, perfect. Love that. Deny them space, deny them. Perfect. This is good, this is good. I love this. What you should do. Now they're using cooldowns, you almost have your bomb. They shouldn't have a shield. Your Orisa is dead. They just res the enemy Orisa. That's a bomb. That's a... Don't stand in front... I mean, okay. Holy, so much just happened there. Okay. So your Ryan got picked. That's bad. And so did your Bastion. He gets rezzed. So you gotta make sure your Bastion stays alive. Because he's your win condition. That was a good kill. You're staying back there for no reason. You weren't able to turn fast enough. You're standing in front of the D.va bomb. I see what you're trying to do there. I don't know if you intended for like the bomb to be boosted up by the explosion there.
Holy shit.
Or whatnot, but... Yeah, it's lost.
On the way back with the bongo. Oh.
Nice try, nice.
So... Yeah, you just gotta... You gotta coordinate, you gotta focus fire, you have no focus fire. Because your team's just shooting multiple things and you're not killing anything. You're getting ult charge, but you're also giving the enemy healers ult charge. And it's a Mercy, so you don't want to give her ult charge, especially, you know, in this patch of her. Okay, what's your comp? Press tab a little bit more as well, just spam it. What's your comp? Show me. Good. This is good. This is good. I'd replace the either the D.va or the Reinhardt. I'd replace one of the tanks for Zenyatta for the focus fire, but your DPS for the shield break, that's good. Because you know they're going to run the Bastion.
Oh yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
This works
He
though.
was pretty
This
good
works.
at
This 100%
focusing down
works.
Bastion too.
But you might
Like
not
to
have
make
enough healing to
sleep
heal all
bomb
your tanks.
as Junker. Do you just press? Oh yeah, you press right click. How do you? Okay, I get it.
This
I
is
have-
really risky. You shouldn't. They had to trace her last time and she went up in the spots. What are you doing? What? You just fed so much ult charge. What? No, that's bad. That is so bad. That's terrible. You wasted all your Matrix, your rockets, and you got 16 ult charge. You fed 500 or 450 HP to the enemy Bastion. You fed their Mercy because you just blasted into her, or blasted into the Bastion. She was just pocketing him. You just fed them so much. The only thing you got in return was 16% ult charge. They got so much more value out of you doing that. You can't just take down a Bastion on your own. That's good. Perfect. That's good by your Junkrat. But you fed a lot of ult charge. What do you do? Should use a webcam for these. What? You're just... Okay. Oh, I can't watch that again. Oh, that's so bad. Don't do that. Ever. Coordinate against the Bastion. 1, 2, 3, 4. You just spent 5 seconds just looking at your Mercy body. I guess you were body blocking, but you could just turn the other way and shoot as well. You're standing in front of the Bastion there. You're overextending as a baby D.Va and giving the Torbjorn ult charge. You still think you're in mech. This is lost. Regroup. Jump off.
Just in his skull card.
Don't do... I don't believe he'll fall for it much longer. The turret. Yep. You're just staggering yourself.
As long as it can
So it's gonna make it even harder for your team to regroup. I just jump off. Just walk towards the map. Or the right side, the edge. Yeah, your team. Say, guys, back up. Yeah. They're gonna take this point. And you just gotta play really well for 3 minutes. And judging by the time, that looks like it's not gonna happen. That was your feeding.
How did he live that? I don't understand.
resolve
I think he retired. That's what I'm saying. That's why he's saying how would he live that? You're just staggering. You are really hard staggering. You're panicking. Just okay guys, this is winnable. We just gotta regroup. What ultimates do we have? Just always ask every fight, what ults do we have? What's the plan? What ults are we gonna use this fight? Communication is so big in a game like Overwatch. You wasted your Matrix on nothing again when you needed that Matrix. You're charging in. I guess that's the bomb. That's killing the Bastion. That's good. It's... Yeah, this is... No. They have everything. Maybe they didn't have some of these ultimates. If you didn't feed at the beginning, maybe. They could have gotten them a little later. Looks like your team's waiting. You're standing way too up front as Baby D.va.
Card.
You just gotta play back and charge your ult. That's what you gotta do as Baby D.va.
Holy shit! I need heals. I need heals. Feels bad.
Alright. At the end, you could have prevented a lot of your deaths. Like, a lot. You could have quartered that. Had, like, 3. I'd say. Yeah, in summary, I guess, your reaction time's very slow. I think you need to up your sensitivity because you're playing D.va. Get a bigger mouse pad if that's the case or whatnot. I don't know what your situation is. But I saw some good parts when you were standing up top. Like, you were a tank. You deny them space. Like, you just seem not aware of what you were doing most of the time is what it seemed to me. So, but yeah, some parts were good. Going harsh on you because that's the point of someone who reviews VODs is to get you better. So, in conclusion, not too bad. There's definitely things you can work on, like the things I mentioned. Uh, yeah, hopefully you learned something, and guess that's it. See ya.